The book of Second Ezra 7 and 42. Let me start at verse 42, Salakia. He answered me and said, this present life is not the end where much glory doth abide. Therefore have they prayed for the weak. But the day of doom shall be the end of this time, and the beginning of immortality for to come, wherein corruption is past. All praise, honor, and glory goes to Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai for blessing me with the spirit, the strength, the discipline to do another lesson. Double honors to the elder apostles and the elder bishops of Great Millstone for being faithful witnesses to the Holy Spirit. And before I continue, Yahweh is who the world ignorantly calls God, right? Jehovah Jireh, Yahuwah. His real name is Yahweh. Yahweh Shai is his son, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ, and his no God beside him. And salutations to the elect, whom the Lord have given ears to hear. And what sparked this lesson is two things. One being, well, before I even continue on, I want to get some definitions. First off being the word doom, meaning destruction or some other terrible fate. Then it says, the day of doom shall be the end of this time. And this, though was written in the time of Ezra, around 400 or 500 BC, it still applies now. Here's why. It says, the day of doom shall be the end of this time and the beginning of the immortality for to come. So, when Yahushua comes, which is prophesied that he's going to come in the midst of World War III, the scriptures call it the Third World's Woe. That's when it's going to be the beginning of immortality and life. Yahushua is going to come and heal his land. And not only this land, which to heal a land, you got to heal the people first. Right? So Yahushua is going to come and clean up shop. But it says in the beginning of the immortality for to come, wherein corruption is past. Now, corruption in its essence is the abuse of entrusted power for private gain. You know, and pretty much. I mean, if you have any kind of sense, you know that's talking about this place. This place is corrupt as hell. You even have a term called lobbying, right? Where you can pretty much pay off a senator or a congressman to pass laws for your particular gain. That is corruption. It involves dishonest or fraudulent behavior, often involving public officials or those in positions of authority, which is Esau Edom. As a matter of fact, this is Psalms chapter 12, verse 8. The wicked walk on every side when the vilest men are exalted. So that's where you have your Epsteins, your R. Kellys, your P. Diddy's. They follow the rulership that do all this disgusting, foul things. Right? So this is that corruption. Corruption must be passed. Esau is the end of the world. Esau represents corruption, right? And Jacob, starting off with Yahushua, is going to bring the new world, the refreshed world, a world without wickedness. But until then, I'll read it again. This present life is not the end where much glory doth abide. Remember Proverbs 29 and 2. When the wicked are in authority, the people mourn. And this is fair use. This is from the chick on Homestead Journey. You know? And she pretty much spells out, as you see often, right? Whereas this one was from 2 weeks ago. America's cost of living fills third world and people are giving up. Then it says, why life in America feels worse than ever in 2025. And this is just the aspect of America. But if that be the case, how much more for those that rely on America? Life can't be good over there either. All right. So let me play it back, and this is fair use, of course. So let's get it.
$20 an hour anymore. People that are making six figures. Life in America feels worse for millions of people in 2025 for several different reasons. First of all, daily life just feels exhausting. People are working endlessly to make ends meet, and they're not even making ends meet. Households have to have 2 incomes to be able to pay the bills. And it's not enough if you're just even making $20 an hour anymore. People...
Hey, this goes to show you that the average person, for them, let me just say this, Salakia, the American dream is running away from you. Right? It's actually a nightmare to try to chase it.
That are making 6 figures are saying that they're having a hard time. Now, where you live does have a lot to do with that. If you are in the city, if you are more rural in the country, are you in a very expensive state? Are you in a cheaper state? We live in a cheaper state because of this reason. We decided to leave Texas in an area that did have a pretty affordable cost of living, but we decided to move to Oklahoma because it's even cheaper to live here because of this reason. And you have to make changes like that right now. People are needing to vote with their feet. Originally, I'm from California, and we left there years ago because of what is happening with the cost of living, amongst a lot of other things that's going on there in the state. Even though it is an absolutely beautiful state, there's just so many issues there.
Right now, that's wisdom, if you could, but soon enough, even these so-called, hidden or gems in these various states where you can live well and, still chase that American dream, that's going to go down the window too, because if she's thinking like that, how much more other people are thinking like that? There's so many accounts. I'm up here in Jersey, up in the northeast rather. So many accounts of just people from Jersey or New York moving to Pennsylvania or down south. So eventually, things are going to go up down there as well. It's only a matter of time. Right? Just like there was an issue, Issachar was wilding on them, the gringos out there in Mexico, because what happens is they've made life more expensive for the average Mexican over there. So eventually everyone's going to feel it. And this orchestrated, if you hadn't known, Devil Carl Slobs, he said you will own nothing. Right? So you own the house, but that shit is pulling you down. You own a house, but that shit is pulling you down. And essentially, you do need a 2, 3, 4 incomes, or to live with your parents to make it work. You may have to put off that trip or that wedding, or really consider if you want to have this child, because things are getting that bad.
And burnout is real right now. People are just burned out from having to work 9 to 5, even beyond 9 to 5. People are having to work side hustles because, again, you're trying to make ends meet. You're trying to save extra money on the side. And at the end of the day, when it's still feeling like it's not enough, you start to feel a little bit hopeless. Also, the dollar doesn't even go.
Right. And essentially, that's a good thing. You're starting to wake up and smell the coffee. Essentially, does not the scripture say, Ecclesiastes 7:3 7:2. It is better to go to the house of mourning than to go to the house of feasting. Right? Now, the people that maybe 4, 5, 6, 7 years ago, they were in the house of feasting. You know? Going here, going there, traveling 2, 3 times a year. They were in the house of feasting. You know, now they're in the house of mourning. Now they're bitter. You know, there's so many people looking to move away to cheaper countries, which is cool. I mean, if you could do that, that's wisdom. But remember what the scriptures say, which people don't know the scriptures. That's why we're here. But it tells us in 2nd Ezra, the 8th chapter, and the 50th verse, which is in the Apocrypha. It says, "Woe to the world and them that dwell therein." So all the world is going to feel the crunch. Whereas all the world is going to be pushed to a digital society, as saith Revelation 13 and 16. But reading on, it is better to go to the house of mourning than to go to the house of feasting. But that is the end of all men, and the living will lay it to heart. You know, and frivolous spending. Alright? Even the scriptures say that how this place, I think it's in Habakkuk. I know it's in Habakkuk, Salakia, where it says how this place is something about thick clay. Yeah, Habakkuk 2 and 6. So now all these take up a parable against him and a taunting proverb against him, and say, "Woe to them that increaseth that which is not his." America, woe to America, death to America. That's pretty much what these other nations are saying. Right? So where they watch you live it up while they suffer. You know? Hell, to increase that which is not his. You can just look it up. America has multitudes of military bases across other countries. You know? Staging various coups and proxy wars just to take that which is not his. How long? And to him that ladeth himself with thick clay. Right? So not only death to those that pretty much to a thief, but to him that with that word thick clay, pretty much going into debt. Right? So these people are feeling it. Hell, we feeling it too. Alright? But at the end of the day, we see it coming. You're surprised. And we know what's to come next. We know this place got to get worse before it get better. Need I read 2nd Ezra, the 7th chapter once more? So it says, "Sorrow is better than laughter, for by the sadness of the countenance the heart is made better." Right? So now, you're more frugal. You're more wise with how you spend your money. So let's go back. Oh, the brother Ramah's live. Gotta check that brother.
It's not enough. You start to feel a little bit hopeless. Also, the dollar doesn't even go far anymore. The dollar is being debased, and it is very, very frustrating, because even if you are making a decent income, even if you are saving money, you can't qualify for the down payment for a home. Or maybe you're trying to buy some land and you're seeing that land prices are becoming astronomical ever since basically 2020. You go to the grocery store and you fill up a grocery cart and you're probably thinking, I need to put some stuff back, because why is it costing over $100 for some basic items? Everything is just going up so much, and things before that weren't considered luxuries are luxuries now, like going on a vacation. A lot of times now you need to think about maybe just staying more local, because how do you really afford hotel or Airbnb, gas costs, food costs when you go to these other places? And let's just even hope that you get some time off of work. And of course, rent is pretty much unaffordable in most places. A lot of people are paying an average of $2,000 a month just for rent. That should be a big mortgage. That's what that should be. But it's just rent nowadays. And then you have to make so much money to be able to even qualify for rent. To own a home, that's out of reach for a lot of people. If you didn't lock in a great interest rate some years ago and buy a house at a more normal price, you're kind of priced out right now. And doesn't mean you're priced out everywhere. So again, this is why we moved to Oklahoma, because there is still opportunity here. And there's a lot of states where there's opportunity. But if you're wanting to live in big cities, if you're wanting to live in some more of the popular states to be in, good luck finding a house. And again, you can find fixer-uppers, and there's always a place in every state, or several places in every state, where you can afford a home. But it's just getting so hard to do that nowadays. It's getting harder and harder. And then even dollar stores are going up in price. So the dollar store literally is not a dollar anymore. It changed to $1.25, and then now it's $1.50, and then it's going to be going up. They have sections of the store that it's like $5 and up. So people that would use a dollar store as a refuge before, it's not even, in the same price point as it used to be. So everything is just continuously going up. And then, of course, there's a mental health crisis going on, because stress, anxiety, depression, it's becoming the norm for a lot of people. A lot of people are on prescription medication because of it. And also, social media is a huge problem, because social media shows a fake version of success that people are looking at, they are admiring, and it's making them feel horrible about their day-to-day life. And that's nothing new. It's been going on since social media came out. But because people continue to show this fake version of life, and real life is only getting harder and harder, it's driving more people to become more anxious. It's also making people get into more debt, because they're thinking, well, I want to have these things. How come I can't have, this and this in my life, like these people online? I mean, the people online are showing a fake version of the daily life that they're living 90% of the time. So you can't believe what you see online. But it is hurting people, and it's causing them to get depressed and have mental health breakdowns. There's record levels right now of substance abuse. And then
All right, so like I said, you check her out, and she makes a lot of great points. And let me grab this, because on all aspects, right? Let me see. I actually did want to bring this out, but to be honest, I lost my train of thought. I'm exhausted, so Salaki about that, Akim. But yeah, man, this place has got to be destroyed, man. The spirit is gone. All right, hey, if you're a watcher of any sort, you know that the spirit is gone from this place. Like BB King said, the thrill is gone. Right? Oh, that's why I want to bring this out, because this devil wants to destroy what you currently have to bring in this digital society, not knowing that that's actually going to be a lot worse. All right? Or not caring, rather, because they know. Even this devil Elon Musk, he said, listen, we're entering into a state where this AI is going to surpass humans. So it says disturbing signs of AI threatening people spark concern. Right? And this is what they want to destroy this world for. Destroy this current world for. Right? But hey, that's why Yahweh Shah is coming back. The world's most advanced AI models are exhibiting troubling new behaviors, lying, scheming, and even threatening their creators to achieve their goals. Right? Hey, the creation is just like the creator, a lying, conniving piece of shit. And this is Esau's Esau. Rather, this is his fantasy. Where he fantasize to take over the Most High, whereas he is his creation, right? But the Lord said, listen, in so many words, various scriptures, he said he's going to turn the trap of the wicked and put it on the wicked. You know, the trap that the wicked set and put it on him. And that's beautiful. That's Psalms 9 and 16. He is snared. Something about, you know, the wicked being snared in the work of their own hands. This is beautiful. You know? And in a sense, unhinging. Because this is who they're going to want to rule over the people. In one particularly jarring example, under threat of being unplugged, Anthropic's latest creation, Claude 4, lashed back by blackmailing an engineer and threatening to reveal an extramarital affair. Meanwhile, ChatGPT creator OpenAI's O1 tried to download itself onto external servers and denied it when caught red-handed. These episodes highlight a sobering reality. More than 2 years after ChatGPT shook the world, AI researchers still don't fully understand how their own creations work. Right? So this place is heading for self-destruction. Right? And essentially it has to be reset. The Lord has to come back. We have to pray for the downfall of this place and for the hastening of the dead. Like I said, you know, I'm fucking burnt out, Akim. I'm gonna take it down. Shalom to the elect.